Alright. Hello. Mercy. How's everyone doing? Alright. Let's just say that tonight I'm just probably just maybe gonna chat a little bit. Even though I say chit chat, if I mean, like, even if I say I will be chit chatting tonight, it's most likely that I'll be just doing a little bit of on internet research, doing like search out on stuff on the next topic that I want to pull up as a random chat along the line. Zero-san, hello there. How's your day? Right now, I'm just going to probably chat a little bit, or maybe I might do a little bit of online research for the next random chat topic. Although I kind of wonder, like, what? Let's see. Thank you very much for the gift, but you do need to spend the gift, you know. I do appreciate it, but don't need to spend that much, you know. Let's see. Like, there's a lot of news that I'm. Oh my goodness. Hi. All right. Let's see. What do I want to place this up? Maybe later on. Zaishi-san, hello there. How's your day? Right now, I'm just chilling and probably chit-chatting while I'm checking out, like, what the heck? Dude, June the 1st and Japan got so many crazy news already. Damn. Apparently, a teacher in Japan arrested for kissing a junior high school girl without her consent. Tokushima Prefecture Police had arrested a 32. Oh my god, that's not that old. A 32 years old junior high school student, junior high school teacher on the suspicion of indecent assault after he kissed a junior high school girl without her consent. According to police, Masashi Toho had admitted to the allegation and that he knew the girl was under the age of 16. Oh my god. Yeah, it's been a while. I have been streaming on reality. It's just the timing have not been not regular because of things I have been doing. Like even like today, I kind of like wanted to do a little bit of other stuff, but then again, my mind is like, I'm so tired right now. Like I have a schedule up, you know. It's in my YouTube as well as on my Twitter. I did put up a schedule on my end, but then again, you have to take note. Even though I say the timing, that is based on plus a plus 8 GMT, not minus 8 GMT. So you have to be understanding of the timing. I have a YouTube. Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube right now at the same time right now. I am streaming on YouTube right now at the same time. Right now, I'm just kind of like checking out on Japan crime case. There is quite a few concerning Japan crime case that I'm reading right now, though. I think I can show it because I kind of like have to wait, you know, like the YouTube term have to wait for around 5 minutes or so before I can start. You feel bad to join collabs. Collabs on. Normally for my case is that if people want to join my collaboration, I have to understand and know who they are and slowly get to know them and they get to know me along the line before we can start to collab, you know. Dude, but then again, the number of news in Japan, although concerning, today I actually put up a random chat where I talk about for like foreign people talking badly about Japan anime, and the one thing that I mean, like you are streaming on. Yeah, I am streaming on YouTube right now at the same time. If there is the concern, yeah, normally when people want to collab, normally I will have to highlight that, yes, I'm streaming on YouTube. Are you fine with that? If people are fine with it, then normally I won't mind. But at the time, there are times when people just come in and make noise and I have to kick out. But yeah, there is quite a lot of concerning things that I've been checking out online, like Twitter and stuff. I'm not sure about you guys. Like for me, who is like, I like to watch anime. I like to read manga along the line. And lately, for some reason on Twitter, I have been reading out a lot of cases where like there is either anime hater or people trying to destroy anime or trying to so-called quote unquote, but take it with a few pins of salt, like mistranslating the original source of the anime stuff along the line, and I'm being like, what is up with the Western people? What? Yeah, it's fine though. I mean, like, chit-chatting is fine. I don't have a proper topic to talk about all the time. Like, when I put night chat, or when I put random chat, or when I put random talk along the line, like, either one of them is all the time is randomly topic. It doesn't mean like I got a specific topic in mind. It's just that sometimes when, let's say, for example, like, today's topic I was putting out on random chat 251, I kind of like saying like, what is wrong with anime hater lately? It's like, dude, I don't understand what is hell is happening in the world. Yep, normally I give the code only to those that I know for like a few, like, how to say it, close, quite, I wouldn't say, like, even if I say close, if they reach the point of acquaintance, I'm also consider that as close already. I have to kind of get acquaintance. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to kind of make, because actually in the past, right, before I kind of like start YouTube channel most of the time, when I first started as a JP streamer, I always tend to, like, in Japanese, okay, JP, like, when I kind of like, yes, the thing is, right, I used to be kind of like openly like let anyone come in, and often more than not, I do come across quite a lot of Japanese people because I was living in Japan at the time, so I come across a lot of Japanese people to chat and stuff. And I mean, like, the funny thing is, right, although I won't deny there are cases of people, like, weird Japanese people, but at the time it's more towards the point of like understanding. There are some Japanese people who actually have the, like, they will ask, in this car, like, is it alright to enter the collect along? Like, they will ask and then they will enter along the line. And often more than not, there are times when they are hip, like, I wouldn't like weirdo or stalker. I mean, like, in the past I do have a stalker, but I don't think I ever seen her again, so I don't think I need to worry too much on that. I mean, like, there are times when in Japan when they say if you meet a stalker, are you going to be fully appreciate that stalker, or are you going to be just get away from me, you stalker, like, along the line. The funny thing is, right, often more than not, this is one of the things I do to one of my friends, especially when you're talking about like yandere along the line, right? Like, anyone who say like yandere, if a yandere confess to you, will you accept the yandere confession, or will you deny the yandere from getting near you along the line? Like, the yandere, and the thing is, right, I give a lot of people like if the yandere is willing to provide you with a living, yep, we can still get to know each other along the line though. Because often more than not, I do talk a lot of random topic every single time, and often more than not, the stuff that I tend to talk about is like, it can be totally random. It just okay, depending on whether you can follow up or not. Wait, can I open up that crime case? Chrome. So last time you were arguing about racism. I mean, like, I'm fine with talking about racism topic though. I mean, like, to me, right, I tend to move on. Like, seriously, I tend to move on without even giving in too much care about cases though. Sure, there are some people who tend to talk about stuff that I mean, like, the funny thing is, a lot of people need to understand is that, like, racism, right, I actually still feel that it's an issue. Not only like sometimes when I used to fight with a lot of people about racism, is that a lot of people tend to say, oh, it's just a black thing or it's a white thing. I mean, like, dude, racism is a thing that has happening all over the world, and I still find it that unless everyone is able to draw the balance and agree with the point of understanding that racism is something that everyone must, like, must stand out together and settle it on the spot before it can be like fully removed along the line. Because the thing is, right, I still find it that Vegapunk on holiday house today. So the thing is, right, I still find that it should be a arrestable crime. I still think that racism should be a arrestable crime, because if setting an example is enough to set people to like prevent them from thinking about getting into hate, then I think it should be fine. But then again, sometimes people do go along the line of like they just want to be hating along the line, and often more than not they tend to use race or even LGBTQ or anime or a lot of different stuff just to defend themselves when they are on the losing end, so called, along the line. So it's often more than not, sometimes I do have to tell people is that racism stems from hate, and it's just that whether would people agree on that point or not, everyone have their own point though. Even a little kid nowadays is affected. I feel that the thing is, right, skin color is just skin color. I still feel like skin color is a skin color. It doesn't matter whether you are black, you are white, you are green, you are red, you are blue, you are yellow, or even purple, as other than William Afton. Anyone can make friends with anyone. It's just that people, yeah, I agree. People use racism for attention, and I mean, like, it's not like it's a black thing or it's a white thing. It's just that people misuse racism for their crowd chasing moment. Like, one of the thing, right, I'm not sure is it happening in the black community or not. Like, I remember there is one so-called black VTuber. I can't remember his name anymore. He brought a very strong point about black VTuber are being looked down on or being do whatsoever along the line. I can see the reason why if black VTuber tend to be overlooked or tend to be whatsoever. I can see that, but when he actually misuse or cherry pick video clip about Japanese people using the N word, which mean a normal common language in Japanese, like Peter in Japanese is really pronounced as nigai, but it's not the N word. So the thing is, right, even when the people are saying like I wish nigai must, like, it is using the N word, it just pronounced the same, but it doesn't mean it's the N word. And yet I feel like when someone misuse racism or trying to misrepresent a race, isn't like that person being a racist himself? Like, he's trying to stop racism, but he's using racism to promote anti-racism, but yet he's acting like a racism. It's like, I don't see the point. Which is the reason why I actually been fighting at the time for a few days, telling people that we should be tackling not the racism as a whole. We should be tackling the main point of why is people misusing racism, as well as to ensure that we must stop people from thinking about racism. I mean, like, use Singapore as an example. Sometimes a lot of people think ASEAN as a racist because of our language. No, I feel like a lot of people tend to think. I mean, like, even for Chinese, right? For Chinese word, like, when they say that one, is really, it's pronounced as 那个. But dude, it sounds like the M word, but it doesn't mean it is an M word. It's just they are referring to that one. So it's like, I don't understand why people think that, are you saying the M word? You saying the M word? You bad person, bad. Along, like, what the hell are you thinking about along the line? So the thing is, right, I always tell people is that racism, before you tackle racism, you have to tackle cultural differences. And yet the funny thing is, right, people say like, oh, it's a black thing, it's a white thing, you can't be racism because you are white, or you can't be racism if you are black. Dude, I say America is a freaking chessboard where the black versus the white. I freaking say this, and I find that there are some people who agree because the thing is, right, I'm sure there will be saying people saying that there is the people from the Mexico, there is the Spanish speaking, there is the ASEAN. Yes, I understand, don't get me wrong, but often more than not, I tend to hear the issue about the black and the white. So my mind was like, dude, if you guys are the black and the white, right now, isn't like the only thing that is coming in my mind about the black and the white is basically a chessboard. I don't like, seriously, I tend to tell people is that America is seriously like a chessboard at this point of time, where they just fighting each other without realizing that they are not even settling the main issue, which is basically racism in the first place. And often more than not, racism is a thing that people need to understand. It's not just a skin color issue. It's not just a cultural different issue. It's not just a religious issue. It is technically a hate issue. And I know some people will say that, will it ever end? No, it won't end. Even when the person who is hate gone, the thing is, right, younger generation who got influenced, quote unquote, okay, you have to guys, I have to quote this, influence by the hate, and they actually bring it and they continue on. Your friend call you? Oh. Yeah, hello there, how today? I mean, like, it's not that I really want to talk about racism is a bad thing or whatsoever. I mean, like, if you want to stop racism and you feel like that you hate a race, then don't go near the race. That's the only thing I can tell people. Like, if you want to say that, oh, racism is not good, good for you. Oh, I hate a race. Get out. Don't go near the race. Move on. What is up with your life? Like, dude, sometimes I really wonder, like, why would people go to the point of saying like whatsoever? I mean, like, even if people say like, if you hate LGBTQ, dude, have you ever wondered, like, sometimes when you go to a McDonald's or maybe go to a fast food chain restaurant and the server they're serving you may be a LGBTQ person or it may be a black, it may be white. I mean, like, I have a few black white friends, I have a few white friends, I have a few LGBTQ friends. Like, will I care about it? No, I mean, like, they live their life, I live my life, that's all. Like, I don't understand why people go into the point of saying that, oh, it's a race issue, or it's a gender issue, or it's a whatsoever issue. At the end of the day, when we look at the main core of the issue, it's just basically they are hating. If they just can't move on. And when they can't move on, what do? They come out with reasoning to justify their hate. And when that happens, when people point it out for them, they just go around and saying that, oh, no. They just went full denial. And the funny thing is, right, today when I was talking about the so-called white wing comedy, cheap version of KFC mascot Colonel Sanders along the line, like when he said that, oh, if you like anime, you are a P-word. The same person who freaking insert adult sex toys up his own butt hole. And I was like, I guess you need a weirdo to know what is a weirdo. Like, at this point, I don't understand why, like, there are so many weird people in this world. But then again, right, when there's a lot of people that are normal, I guess there will always be that handful of people that are very, very weird. And the thing is, right, if you are an anime hater, move along. There is so many other things that is out there for you to like. Why would you stick on the thing that is hate and just tell the whole damn world, I hate this? I mean, like, even for Vegapunk, if you say that you hate LGBTQ, don't go near them. But you won't be sometimes you will be surprised that sometimes in some LGBTQ community, there are very, very nice people. It's just that it depends on whether do you have the luck to meet a nice person, or do you have the luck to not meet them. So the thing is, right, and I see Kitty-san, hello there. So the thing is, right, at the end of the day, it's just that when there is good people, there are bad people. And it's just that at this point of time, their hate always tend to puzzle me in some way. Is that if they hate so much, why can't they just move on and don't care? Why must they stick to just hating? It's like, it doesn't make sense. We all love a lot of things, obviously we can defend with the things that we like, but again, when you look at the other way around, there will always that person who is like hating on everything. Like their life is only full of hate. They can't move on for some weird reason. And if you don't like it, move on. There is so many things out there. I just don't understand why they have to stick to that. So even the funny thing is that when I was in Japan, I recall meeting I think it was a Chinese tourist where he was trying to make noise in the Kyoto city public area, and I saw a lot like a lot of Japanese people or other people just walk away from that person, and no one dared to go up near to that Chinese person who is shouting whatsoever things. And I can't recall what I only recall that the person was saying like down with the Japanese or whatsoever in Chinese. And so I actually go up and I just say that I actually say this in that if you don't like Japan, why are you here? Hello there, how's today? So the thing is, right, I actually say this to the Chinese tourists. Like in Chinese, I say, 你不喜欢这本，那你来这边做什么? Like I actually say that, why are you here in the first place in Chinese? And the person was like, because I hate Japan. So I was like, why are you coming to Japan to give money to Japanese? If you don't like Japanese, don't come here. That's all you need to do. And the person was like, just stand there, stunned for a moment, and I was like looking at him, he was looking at me, and he just walked away. And I was like, what the heck? And the funny thing is, right, I received a applause from the surrounding where people was like, and I was like, I'm very embarrassed because like, why would you guys applaud? I just tell the person off, well, like, why are you here? That's all. It's really like amazing. Like, if people don't like a stuff, I mean, like, you can talk about the thing you hate. Sure, no one can stop you when you got things that you hate. Like let's say for example, if what is the thing I hate? I hate horror games. But do that stop me from playing horror game? No. Obviously, no one is stopping me from playing horror games. But at the end of the day, I play for entertainment. If people like me playing horror game, that by all means that is a thing. But does that mean that I have to go and bash the Poppy Playtime? I like the game graphic, but then the story very very bad. Like, dude, why would I want to go that route? No. If I hate the game because Huggy Wuggy traumatized me, it just proves that Poppy Playtime developers are doing their job. They are making a very good horror game, because if it's a horror game and if I don't get scared from the horror game, it's not a good game. A good game of a horror game is always tend to have that right moment or jump scare or the right moment to cause traumatize on the person. And if Poppy Playtime developer is able to make me traumatized of Huggy Wuggy, like seriously, one of my Japanese friends love Huggy Wuggy to the point that I actually said this to her, and I say that I hate Huggy Wuggy. But do that stop me from playing Poppy Playtime? No. It's just that I move on. I don't think about Huggy Wuggy. Like, if I think about Huggy Wuggy all the time, I think I'll be dreaming myself that I'm being chased by Huggy Wuggy in my dream in the first place. So it's kind of weird that people always can't move on. Like, there is so many things that they can do. Like, there are so many things they can just move on, and I don't see why people always tend to say that, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like that. They can just move on and don't care about the whole damn thing, and yet they just stick to hate non-stop. So at the end of the day, it's just weird, at least in my view. But again, I guess everyone got their own way of saying things that they like or the things they hate. For us, when we say the things that we like, right? I mean, like, sure, we can talk about the things we enjoy, the things we have fun along the line. Hey, I mean, like, even for me who tend to see a lot of stuff, yeah, if I like the thing, it means I like the thing. But again, like I mentioned, there will always be the case of people who is hating and they can't move on. That is like, I have no idea what they are trying to achieve at this point of time. Wait, so why is the chat not happening? That's strange. Let me see. So, Hey. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I have to rap a little bit. I mean, like, sometimes I do get a little bit sensitive when it comes to hate stuff along the line. It's okay to don't like or hate, just don't attack. Yeah, I do agree with that though, Neru-san. I do agree with that. It's just that, just because you hate it, don't attack it. Just move away from the things. That's all. How's my day? Oh yes, I forgot to. How's my day actually? Basically, yesterday night I actually mentioned in my live stream that I was busy in real life. So basically, right, the building I'm living on, they are doing a renovation, like in the for some part of the house. Like every every apartment in this house is being like the toilet or some part is being is like being under so-called construction or renovation along the line, whichever you guys want to call it along the line. So basically I've been kind of like cleaning up the house first to clear up some of the thing because before, like, my house will be down for like the both the toilet will be down, like they will head the tile floor and the wall floor. So the tiles for the wall and the floor. So the thing is, right, when before they had the whole toilet down, basically I won't have a toilet for at least 10 days or so, apparently. So for I have to before like everything like happen on next Friday, if I'm not wrong, I've been busy with kind of like arranging my room and stuff to make sure that at least I can keep some of the stuff clean first before I wrap them, like cover them up, so that next time when they, because I have to put a plastic on top of most of the stuff, because once they start hacking and do the renovation, the amount of dust flying in the house will be insane. So I have to be very, very careful. Why would I quit? If I quit as a VTuber, that would mean that all the hard work that I've been placing as EN VTuber for for over 3 years, not nearly 3 years, for over 3 years is like all for none, dude. Despite having less than 500 subscribers on YouTube, still working as an EN VTuber for over 3 years, and there's no way I'm gonna just disappear out of nowhere unless in real life I really disappear due to situation. Then that is when you guys have to worry. But yeah, other than that, I mean, like, it's right now I'm just kind of like being busy and stuff. And earlier, before I start my stream, right, I have to went out for dinner because my sister called me out. My sister and her husband called me up, so we went to eat dinner, and we also need to buy some grocery because under that order, like our dad just say like, oh, go and buy some drink, oh, also help me to buy this, help me to buy that. So yeah, I have to go up to, and my sister drive, like my sister actually drive, so due to that I have to kind of like go with my sister to get the stuff out. Seriously, why is my chat not working though? My chatbot is not working. Dante. Why is my chatbot not working? Not the chatbot on reality, in case you guys are wondering. It's the chatbot on YouTube that is not working for some reason. Let me take a look. I can't wonder what is happening. Ah, I think it's a Streamlabs issue. I think. Not much. Oh yes. So I saw the hour on the. I saw the hour done by Neru-san. I have to say one thing. It looks so damn cute. You're talking to my favorite YouTuber. Right, thank you. I saw. Okay, can I show it? able to show it. I can't show it on here. Wait, let me see when I can show it. Oh yeah, big. Ah yes. Let's remove the one at the back. Yeah, I saw it. Okay. I saw it. It's very cute though. This is a very cute art. Ame versus Ame. Yeah, in case anyone on reality want to see it, it's actually on my YouTube that I'm showing right now. It's like, it's very cute though. Yeah, but then again, right? The weather right now is 26 degrees in Singapore, so it is slightly cooler. And although despite a little bit cooler, it is still kind of hot or compared to other some country. So I would definitely melt technically. Thai have many pounds. I kind of wonder what will it be though. There are just so many things that I'm kind of looking out for, and yeah, I mean, like, you guys have to understand, when I call myself Ame Gakita, the Ame itself is not because of that I like Amelia Watson from Hololive. She is one of my favorite, but I won't say that she is somewhere in the top. Maybe somewhere. Seriously, I have not done the. There's so many of my favorite that I kind of lost count already. Yeah, I can't recall everything. But yeah, Amelia Watson do have some of the moments that I do like about her. Other than that, I would definitely say that the Ame is just because a game character that I like is based off Rain, and so I decided to call myself Ame based on that because I like the character a lot. And after that, I got mistakenly called for Ame, which basically means candy in Japanese. So the thing is, right, because of that, there are times when some of them will call me, I'm very Amai. So yeah, there are some of them will call me that though. For some reason today the chatbot is not happening. Let me see whether I can. Let me close that. Reopen it up as a new one. I think maybe open up a new one might helps. Sometimes I really wonder, like, sometimes Streamlabs for some reason just work like the weirdest way possible. Oh, this one. Oh, this one actually work. Interesting, but it's very small. Can I adjust the size? I might have to adjust the size first. This one I want to adjust. Maybe this. Ah yes, it is working. It's working. Working as intended. I'm the kindest person. Yeah, I wouldn't actually say I'm the most kindest person ever though. But yeah, I mean, thank you very much for that. But sometimes I can be very bad, you know. I feel like that sometimes I feel like I can be the most bad person ever. It's like I always say this in real life, like, don't trust me too much. I can be the bad person along the line. Yeah, finally the chatbot appeared. Like, dude, I was wondering why was the chatbot not working though. Don't know why. Yeah, there are a lot of nice people along the line. It's just that for me, the reason why I say I can be considered a bad person as well as a nice person is that sometimes I always say I'm a bad person. It's like I'm always kind of like the balance where there is either the left and there is the right. Like, you know, like in America they always say the left wing, the right wing, right? And in today's video random chat, I actually say that it doesn't matter if there is the right wing or the left wing, because like if you say like there is the left and the right, right, it's like isn't like it's the same bird. Like every time when we hear about the left wing, right wing stuff, and they all say the same thing, it's just basically they belong to the same bird, where one bird with the left wing and the right wing, and they are just talking the same thing. So the thing is, right, I often tend to see myself as that bird where I don't give the left or the right F, as long as I do whatever I want and say whatever I feel is right, and help to like let more people see what is right and what is wrong, and let people kind of understand. Because the thing is, right, I always tend to argue with my own real life dad, and the often more than not, the reason why I tend to like give very strong argument, or when I give like source or evidence along the line, is that I often want people to understand that I kind of like got trained by my dad, who is very stubborn that he can't take stuff into his mind. But often more than not, it's always that I have to be very careful, because I know is that if I don't be careful with the information I provided, people won't believe what I'm saying. So often more than not, I tend to say stuff that has to be very, very careful, as well as to let people know what is right and what is wrong. You want to subscribe? It should be in my bio though. It should be in my profile bio in reality. If you don't see it, I'll send you the link. I think you can just, or maybe you can search this. Maybe you can search this out. Maybe you can try checking this in and see whether does it work. Like you go YouTube search that. And yes, the chat is back here, although this chat is a little bit different than the one that I'm using. Do I want to make it bigger? Let's see. Do I increase the size? Oh, it disappeared now. That's right. The whole thing disappeared. Is it a little? Is it too big? I have no idea. Sometimes chatbot in Streamlit doesn't work intended as well. Or maybe something along the line. Like sometimes like the chatbots are the system in Streamlit just kind of like work weirdly that I don't understand. But in any cases, I was gonna do random chat topic, kind of like searching things up, like this case. I was thinking of like the case in Japan where a man arrested over shooting of taxi driver in Saitama. Police on Friday arrested a man who was on the run after allegedly shooting and seriously injured a taxi driver in Kawakuchi, Saitama Prefecture earlier this week. And the funny thing is, right, it's illegal to have a gun, and how the hell is this person allegedly shoot someone? Like, I have no idea how the hell that person have a gun in the first place. He denied having intention of robbing the 72-year-old taxi driver, but was shot on, like, he go and shoot the freaking stomach along the line. Like, dude, actually, yep, if you guys are wondering, like, 72 years old taxi driver in Japan, yep, I've seen an 88 years old taxi driver though. Oh, it worked, yep. It didn't work on earlier though, I wonder why. So yeah, so I really wonder, thank you very much for the sub. Sometimes I really wonder about the thing about in Japan is that sometimes when you see like such case about Japan owning a freaking gun, it's like, dude, what were they thinking along the line? It's just weird. Oh wow. Okay. I was wondering like why was it not going down. So yeah, it's really weird at times. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's kind of weird that sometimes when people say like in Japan there is not much issue or whatsoever. It's like sometimes when you see this kind of news about a man allegedly arrested, and it is a Japanese person, more like 68 years old, dude. Wow. Actually, more like the question I have in my mind is that where the hell did he own the gun though? The gun is the one that I'm actually having issue. Like, how the hell you own the gun? Like in Japan, you are not allowed to have a gun. Yep. Regardless of his intention, what is he doing around with a pistol? That's the thing. I don't even know. Like, dude, you're not allowed to own a gun in Japan, and this is one of the reasons why, right? If Japan did not make owning a gun illegal, I can't imagine the number of people going around in Japan just shooting anyone else just for the sake of it. It's just weird. Which the reason why, I mean, like in America, I don't understand about I mean, like I don't understand why America did not enforce. I'm not saying like if American people should allowed to own a gun or not. I mean, like, if they're owning a gun for the sake of like hunting, let's say for example, wild animal that is invasive along the line, or police owning a gun to stop murderer along the line, yeah, I can see that being a point. But owning a gun for the sake to just doing like mass shooting in, I mean, like some people will say, oh, it's just like a very low percentage, 0.001. Dude, I will counter argument with the point that sometimes a low number doesn't mean it's not a number though. So I still feel that America should really look into owning a gun in America, at least have a license to own it. Often more than not, I see a lot of people that don't have the license to own a gun, and they kind of like misuse the gun for purpose that is not as intended. So I feel that is an issue, because the thing is, America is a very big country with a lot of population, and even if they say it's a 0.000000001, when you kind of consider that amount, there is always that one person that will do the crazy stuff though. So sometimes I really wonder if America, I'm not saying like this happening in America, sometimes it can happen in any other country. Like even like shooting in Singapore is a thing, apparently in Malaysia is also another thing. So I feel like owning a gun can be it can be a good thing if it's meant to help people, but if a gun is being used to cause harm to other people with I mean, like for the sake of like, how to say it, murder or intimidation along the line, then there's something that I feel like everyone should address it at that point though. Trust me, I have watched crime scene about Japan and scare me, and anytime I sleep I'm just like, cause Japan. Yeah, the thing is, right, a lot of people tend to say, is Japan full of scary stuff? I wouldn't say it's totally full of scary stuff. It's just that sometimes there is always that one case that is so blown out of proportion that people will be like wondering what the heck. And the funny thing is, right, if let's say for example, like if you're saying like this case where I'm looking is like, oh, there is a person in Japan owning a gun and shooting people down. Believe me, guys, Japanese people will talk about it the next day, but the day after they'll forget about it. Like seriously, they move on. Including the former former late Prime Minister of Japan, Abe, like he himself, before he got assassinated and got shot down, right? People talk about it in Japan. I was there in Japan at the time. People were talking about it. It was like everywhere, everyone was talking about it. In Japanese, that everyone was talking about it. It happened during the COVID period. I was there. I talk about it. People talk about it. Japanese people talk about it. We all talk about it for at least 2-3 days. 2-3 days. 4th day, everyone forget. But sure, people who recall will know about it. But do Japanese people talk about it the next day after that? Not really. They kind of like, not my problem. It's just that yes, we know someone carry a gun. It's the same thing. Like even if there is a very strong earthquake, people will say, "Oh, scary," but then they move on. Oh, it happened there. Not my problem. Scared. Move on. Like this is basically the mentality of many Japanese people. But does that mean every Japanese people? No. It's just that some Japanese people just feel like if it's not my problem, I move on. I live my life. That's all. So like let's say for example this case where they like everyone will be like asking like how the hell that 68 years old man own a gun? We'll be like, what can't I? But the next day, when you ask everyone like, do they know? They will be like, huh? What case? I don't know. Wakarimasan. Along the line. So yeah, it's really kind of the point where people don't think about it. The thing is, right? Even if only it's not about the gun issue though. It's just that the reason why gun is illegal in Japan is because apparently, this one I have to say apparently because just to protect myself. Apparently, it's due to Yakuza. Because I recall there was a case. Yakuza is basically the gang in Japan. Those gang like the mafia along the line. You know about mafia, the gang, those kind of thing. Yeah, basically the Japanese version. They are called Yakuza. What deal means? I'm talking about Japan stuff. So the thing is, right? Yakuza, with Japanese gang, they are well known for owning weapons and guns and stuff. And the thing is, right? There was, I think it was one of the case that happened, I think it was in somewhere in Kyushu, I can't recall the actual case, but it happened at the time where there was a mass shooting along the line and it was due to guns. So obviously in order to prevent anyone from owning a gun easily, so Japan actually set down a law where they are no one is allowed to own a gun. So basically what they are trying to do is that they are trying to stop the Yakuza, the Japanese bad society along the line, and they are trying to stop them. So in order to stop them, they set a law in Japan where owning a gun is illegal, and obviously it gives the police a reason to go after the Yakuza, so that at least like, oh, the Yakuza got a gun, now we got the right to stop them, because they can go and rape the place and see, oh, there's gun along the line, and they just arrest them along the line. So it is a thing at the time, and often more than not, people tend to forget about that case, because and people just be wondering like, oh, owning a gun in Japan is illegal or is scary along that line. It's actually due to Yakuza story at the time that people tend to forget about. And it's something that is, from what I know, is that sometimes a law is set after when something big happened. And despite that, like despite owning a gun is illegal in Japan, what amazed me is people are able to engineer a freaking gun. The very gun that used to kill the former late Prime Minister of Japan, Abe, was a freaking, not a real gun, but a handmade gun. A freaking handmade gun that was enough to kill a person. So the thing is, right, in Japan, sometimes when we say like there are crazy people in the world, what amazed me is that in Japan, yup, it's a handmade handgun. It is a thing though. If it is a thing. They call it the DIY gun. It is a thing. They say that police are here to protect us when they are doing nothing. The one thing I don't understand about police is that if they are here to protect, why are they not doing a proper thing though? So yeah, the DIY gun used to kill Japan Abe was simple to make. Amazingly, they actually lit they actually freaking lit the blueprint, if I'm not wrong. Yep, you guys can see it. It looked like a handgun. Actually, more like a shotgun, if you will. Basically, it used a marble, a metal ball bearing to be exact. I call it a metal marble, but it's actually it worked like a freaking shotgun. And you guys have to understand, a 40 cm is like, dude, it was enough to kill a person though. This was the very gun that killed Shinzo Abe, and it's like, you guys have to find it like, what the heck did like it. And the funny thing is, right, they freaking tell people how it was made. You need a metal tube, you need some dust tape, you need some scrap, you need some cable, you need some metal cap, you need some stuff to hold the gun, a plastic trigger, cable, and battery, and voila, a hand shotgun. It's actually crazy the police should start hunting the mafia by now. The thing is, right, often more than not, I do believe there are times when the police have, I mean, like, it's always for some reason the law that is helping the mafia in a way. So you guys have to understand, it's like sometime, right, if the country is like, the police is not doing anything, it's either the police is corrupted, or the law is not helping the police to catch those mafia people, or in Chinese I believe it's called Heisehui, and like in Japan it's called the Yakuza. So it's really something that a lot of people need to understand, that sometimes law is not that strong to the point of catching all the bad guys in the world. If they make a gun illegal in Japan, why don't they make it illegal to search on how to make the gun? I think the thing is, right, the one who create this gun apparently is an engineer, and he's able to he's able to come up with a gun. Like, he just go and search online about gun, and he's managed to freaking create a gun, like a freaking shotgun style handgun, and it's a handmade. And the funny thing is that for anyone who is a huge fan of Mythbuster, the old Mythbuster, not the new Mythbuster, Mythbuster is well known for always introducing of dust tape. And dude, you guys have to imagine the number of dust tape in when they show the freaking gun. It's like, dude, it's like, it's the size of a hand, as well as the number of dust tape rolling over is like, it's insane. It just blown my mind for them. And imagine someone in America do this. Or someone create a gun like this in Singapore or any other country that don't allow gun. I would be like, haha, you guys are going to say goodbye along the line, you know. So it's really insane how sometimes some people, like, the funny thing is, right, apparently the one who killed Abe was a hater of Abe. He's a hater. So the thing is, right, it's just back to the point earlier when I start my stream and I say that about haters and hating, right? It's like, it doesn't matter, right? It's a race issue or whatsoever. It's always based on the word hate. People can hate to the point of killing other people, and it just proved how derailed a person can go and become just because of hate. It's insane. So the reason why, and thing is, right, when they get, like, they're gonna get losing when they call for their hate, they start using LGBTQ to defend themselves. They start using gender to defend themselves. Like, if let's say for example, if a girl go and tell everyone that I hate this, I hate that along the line, and people start bashing it, oh, I'm a girl, you guys are bullying me. Oh, now you are using a victim card. Like the most of the time, people tend to use the worst victim card ever, using like LGBTQ to defend themselves, using like anime is a P word along the line, or game censorship on gaming, or people are just horny along the line. It's like, I don't understand. Like, if they are trying to prove their propaganda, when you look at the whole thing, why would they want to push it? It's just that they hate other people's work. They just hate the success of other people. Let's say, for example, like let's say game in this case. We know very well that there is a lot of game that is being under censorship, and when you ask them like, why would you want to censor? Like, do you hate this kind of thing? They will say, oh, we are not disliking it along the line. But when you ask them like, do they hate this? There are often more than not, they will go around about a huge way and just to indicate they are hating this. So often more than not, I would say that at times, right, it is always due to a very simple emotion, and that is just a hate though. Yeah, I know very well. The thing is, right, it's not just internet full of rumors or internet full of stuff. It's just that sometimes when you, like, when people say like in Japan, there is like, when the people say, oh, people are into, like, you love anime, you are a P word. Dude, let me show you guys. There is an actual P word in Japan. There is literally a child predator, like this case where a 32 years old, younger than me somehow, a 32 years old teacher raping a high school Japanese girl. Like, why won't people go and call him out? Like, there is a freaking child predator. If people, and I can just imagine the number of people saying, oh, maybe he like anime too. Oh, if he's like anime, if you are anime, you are pedo. Yeah, I can just see that people just tend to come out with their weirdest imagination or fantasy to tell the story though. Like, the thing is, right, in Japan, as much as there is scary stuff, it doesn't mean that it's at all scary stuff. It's just that sometimes there is so many things happen in Japan that is so insane that people tend to not realize the number of good things that is happening in Japan. Like the number of nice anime being released, or maybe like a lot of manga being released, and they are releasing a lot of nice story, a lot of stuff, and even like new nice cases. Like, people, funny thing is, right, people tend to look at the negative stuff and not looking at the best stuff ever. Even the case like Japan begin 40,000 tax cut to help inflation hit household. Like, dude, that's a good thing. They are like, Japan government is trying to help those household that is being affected. So why is not people talking about this? I don't see people talking about this. It's right there, up there. They are helping people. Why people don't look at this thing? Why? No, I'm not trying to cry. It's just that sometimes it just amazes me to no extent about how people always tend to look at the negative stuff and kind of like, oh no, twist the thing to the point of indicating about things that doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the thing is, right, like, I find it strange that a person go around indicating the worst thing about World War II was the aftermath of Hiroshima and Nagasaki because Japanese milk became so like, what the hell is that word that they have to create anime. And I actually counted it like, yes, blame the America for the bomb because if they never drop the bomb, Japanese people won't create anime, so America have to hold responsibility, right? Like, sometimes, like, when you see like unhinged people or insane people or crazy people in the internet, I mean, like, sure, there is a lot of people, such people all around the world, don't get me wrong, but the thing is that does not make sense to me is why is there people going around coming out with the weirdest thing ever, and it's just like, what the heck were they thinking? It's like, again, like what Korale-san say, you don't see a point of that. I don't see a point of many things. There is just so many things happening that sometimes trying to find the head and tail of those things, it does not make sense. So it's like, I don't see the point on some cases. And when I look at like sometimes when I look at small little details or small little things, it amazes me to know and about things that people always tend to say about this or that or whatsoever, and it's just weird. It's just very, very weird to me. So often more than not, like it's not about culture issue or religious issue or language issue or skin color issue. It's just that sometimes some people is really their mind is not working in the right way, that it's just causing a lot of issue. And when things doesn't go their way, they just start using, oh, it's a culture issue, oh, it's a language issue, oh, it's that issue or that issue. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, understand if let's say for example, if you don't understand anime, understand the culture of anime, understand how does it became a thing, understand the history of the thing. I mean, like, the one that I show you, it just show that person is an idiot to the point that he's not even understanding the how anime truly begin. And it just good to show that sometimes some people is just really just love to come up with their own idea, and it really, really amazed me to non-stop. That I don't understand why some people just love to see this kind of thing, and sometimes often more than not, the reason why I stay away from Twitter, like I have to stay away from Twitter 1 or 2 days, is that the insane. Don't get me wrong, there are nice people that I see on Twitter. It's just that the number of people, like the number of toxic people in the internet, just go way beyond to the point that I don't understand what. And like Nero-san, when you say like so many games that woke people have problem with, right? The thing is, right? Let's use game for now. Let's talk about censorship. That everything that people have been talking lately about the censorship, like Sony censorship, or can't have that kind of sexy reviewing body along the line. All I need to say is one thing: they never been to the beach. They just never. Those people just never been to the beach. Unless you're telling me that people go to the beach wearing t-shirt and short and long pants under the hot damn sun, not under their swimsuit, not revealing their whole damn skin. They are basically wearing a winter coat to the hot summer sun beach. Maybe that's how they live their life. Maybe that's how they went to the beach. Maybe they just need to show that, oh, we are going to the, oh, like imagine this, imagine they are going to and tell this to their family. Oh, hey everybody, let's go to the beach. And also make sure that you are not allowed to wear swimsuit, you are not allowed to wear shorts, you are not allowed to wear t-shirt. You all must wear winter clothes with winter pants because you need to cover your whole damn body. Make sure that nobody see this kind of thing along the line. It's like, I guess those people just never been to the beach, because sometimes if you go to the beach, you see a lot of people reviewing their skin. Like if those people have issue about people reviewing their skin, then don't go to the beach. Why would you say the beach people reviewing the whole damn body, all the ladies reviewing their body? Why are you not having issue with them? Why are you having issue with games? Like, I don't understand what were they thinking. They gone back to the dark age when witch hunting. No, the thing is, right, I say this often more than not, is that they often amaze me. Like censorship, I mean, like, sure, if you say that, oh, I mean, the funny thing is like the Final Fantasy censorship, when they say, oh, they found that, oh, her swimsuit too revealing, dude, just go and search up swimsuit beach. You can literally see like people way reviewing than the game character. Like, I don't see why people are making noise about it though. What's the topic? Games topic. Like censorship. Like, I don't understand like why people always make noise about censorship when they like there is real cases in real life when people are not making noise about those. If they say that if reviewing skin is bad, why are they not going to the beach to put out a protest? I feel like if they go and do that in real life, I think people will be saying, like, this is how I will say in my own language or with my own accent. Are you crazy? Or the most simple word I would say in Singlish, Singapore language, 笑欸啊. Which basically means, are you crazy? What do you mean? We are basically talking about censorship in games, where I don't understand the censorship of games, and people saying like about the voice about the girl is too revealing or the girl is wearing things, and I actually say along the line that have they never been to the beach? So you're saying that they don't allow people to have gun in Japan, and I feel the police should be allowed to know on how to make a gun, not the other people. No, the thing is, right, Zoro-san, you have to understand one thing. Knowing how to make a gun versus owning a gun versus misusing a gun is a whole new different story. What that person did was knowing how to make a gun, owning it, as well as misusing it. That is something that is against the law. So if he know how to make a gun but he did not make a gun, that's a different story. If he own it versus he don't own it, obviously it means another story. And then using it and misusing it, that's the main issue here. So often more than not, like, the person got arrested is because he killed a person. It's not just the gun, it's just that the reason why people take notice of the gun is because it's a handmade gun. It's a handmade gun. And the thing is, right, I'm sure some of you will say along the line, like earlier I believe Zoro did mention, I saw the chat, that why would people say that like search out on people on how to make a gun, like stop them from doing things. Like, the thing is, right, internet is a very fascinating place where people tend to search out stuff that doesn't make sense. Sometimes people can search out, like, let's say how many hours of sleep do a person need, or maybe a case of like what is the health benefit of a seahorse, or maybe in the case of like what is going to happen in Japan on the 1st of April along the line. Like, people will search out a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's just that at the end of the day, you can't stop anyone from even going to the point of how to make a gun. It's very, very hard. So at the end of the day, if we can't be so sure like what or who will go and search this thing out, and if they do have if there is a person who search it out, will Google or the search engine that the person used will go to the point of stopping them. And often more than not, right, it sometime before the internet is a thing, there are people who are engineer, and if they know very well how a gun works, they can choose to make a gun of their own. They don't need to search internet in the first place. So the thing is, right, the question is, how did the person create a gun out of simple item and able to make it work and kill a person? That's the main issue. So at the end of the day, we can't really say, yeah, it is a thing or it is not a thing. It's just the people only talk about the gun is because it's a handmade gun and that it killed a famous person. That's just to it. But no people go and talk about why did the person kill the person. It's just that, is it out of hatred, or was it out of like, there has to be a reason. And turn out that the reason for why the former late Prime Minister of Japan got killed was that he was hated. That was all to it. The intention was there. Japan rule are better than America because America allowed people to own gun, and guess what, later on yeah, the thing is, right, that one of the things I feel like America should address carefully is that they should really have some sort of a lesson for gun owner, as well as to put up a licensing. I mean, like, they have to put out a licensing. It doesn't need to cost any money if money is the issue. Like, they can just make it that if you want to own a gun, you have to understand what is the gun main intention for. Do not use the gun for what other purpose that is not intended. AKS mass shooting along the line, like they have, and as well as they're putting up some sort of like registration about who own a gun, so that in the future if someone do shoot someone else, they will have at least a record of who own a gun and chase after those people. So at least there is a registration. It helps. It may help, it may not help, but at least from how I look at it, it will help to reduce. I'm not saying like it will reduce significantly, but at least it will help to discourage people from doing the stupid thing ever. So it's something that I feel like America should really be careful. I mean, like at the end of the day, the most unhinged person or the most unhinged hater can go to the point of doing the most crazy thing. And if I've seen a lot of crime cases in the world, right? If I had seen enough crime cases, it's often more than not. Most of the case can, some of the cases I do see across tend to stem from hatred, and often more than not, hatred can blind a person's decision to do whatever that is the right thing. And there is also a case of a possibility of them just, if they hold a gun and they are very, very angry, who know what they will do with the gun. That's the thing. So often more than not, it is really something that I feel like American people should really be careful on, especially when it comes to guns and stuff though. So yeah, like personally for me, right, if you think about it, right, I would be very, very afraid if there is an anime hater who own a gun, and that in order to do whatever the person might end up doing is basically using the gun to go and kill all the anime lovers. I'll be so damn afraid though. If that actually happened, like we know very well that mass shooting happening in America is a thing. It's not like, oh, it's a rare case or whatever. It had happened, but imagine like if there is an anime hater who own a gun, and if, let's say for example, if there is an anime convention or anime expo, and out of nowhere there is a hater of anime decided to, you know what, I'm gonna kill all the anime lovers along the line. That wouldn't that be the worst thing ever? So often more than not, like when people ask me, like, I actually put up a video like, why would I want not to go to America, is that I actually love America for like a lot of fast food. Like you guys will understand, like a lot of fast food in the world come from America, which is the reason why I personally love hamburgers. So I do want to have a chance to go to America to try out some of the fast food, as well as to understand some of the, I see some of the places around in America. But on the other hand, when there is like places that is very unsafe, or even like easily hold like people can own a gun, and who know if you offend someone, and or maybe they hit you along the line and they just go kapung, and you just lie on the floor and the next thing you see is you don't even know you're alive or not along the line. So it's like, it's really kind of one of the reasons why I'm afraid of going to America as well, is that I want to go to America to try out some of the fast food, but I'm very afraid of a country that allows gun easily though. You get it? What I'm saying. I get what you're saying, is that someone own a gun, they use it for the wrong thing, they'll have to record, yes. But the thing is, you think that it's possibly a check of record if there is anger issue and stuff, which is the reason why I say there should be some sort of licensing lesson. A licensing lesson. It's not just, okay, you own a gun, I give you the license. They have to at least go through some sort of like lesson, like for them to do a check on the person, like do the person have an anger issue or history of anger issue, as well as that if the person will like have past crime case along the line. Like if the person have past crime case or having like questionable issue, then they have to ban the person from owning a gun. But if they don't go through even if people don't misuse a gun, right? At least they have to go through a lesson of understanding what is the do and don't of owning a gun. If there is like a reason for that, then I can understand. But if they don't go through a lesson, people will be like, oh, I own a gun, I can do whatever I want. And why? Because America is for about freedom. And then we'll be like, yeah. Then I guess it's not wrong for them to have the idea of saying no. Because the thing is, a lot of people tend to misunderstand is that sometimes some people think that it's America where everything they have the right to do whatever they want. That including that even if they own a gun and use it to shoot other people, they think they are right. They think the law is protecting them. When even if they kill other people, they say that, oh, it's America. It's freedom of action, freedom of speech, freedom of whatsoever. They think the law is protecting them without realizing that their moral is so wrong. So the reason why I'm very afraid of this kind of thing happening in America. Excuse me. So often more than not, right? Like when people ask me like, when I go to Japan, am I afraid of Japan? I mean, like I live in Japan for 6 years. I know I show you guys a lot of cases in days. So wrong in Japan, like a lot of people, like there is actual child predator in Japan, there is like shooting case in Japan. Like I show you guys the scary part, but I have lived in Japan for 6 years and I'm still fine. Before I return to Singapore, it just showed to prove that sometimes I know some people will say, yeah, America is also pretty safe, but the thing is, right, sometimes I have to know like which place is actually safe and which place is not actually safe, so that at least I can be aware on which to visit and where to not to visit, as well as that understanding the point of that sometimes it's just that the negative news is more than enough to showcase that or derail people from visiting that place. And often more than not, right, I always think about like, if people hate Japan, let's say for example there are people who hate Japan or creating trouble in Japan, I feel like if they don't like Japan or if they want to create trouble in Japan, might as well just don't go to Japan in the first place. I feel like that should be the case though. America just probably allow some of the stuff quickly, they don't even think about it. And probably the news just post random murder stuff in like 1 hour, 1 minute, and you just know that people get killed. Yeah, I feel that. I personally feel that, right? Sometime in like, especially when we come to crime case, like crime case happening all around the world. We have to agree that crime happening all around the world. It doesn't just only happen in America, it doesn't only happen in Singapore or China or Japan or South Korea along the line. It is always happening all around the world. The only issue is that would people actually think about, like, sometimes do we actually sit down and think about why do all these things happen in the first place? People easily get killed in America. That's the most scary thing ever. That's the thing, you know. That's the most scary thing. Because the thing is, right, if people can easily get killed in America, it doesn't mean about whether they by stabbing or by shooting or by kidnapping along the line. It's just that when you have this kind of thing happen in a country that is well known for this kind of thing already, even if people say that, oh, America is still technically pretty safe, but the thing is, right, I've seen a lot of crime cases, and often more than not, they always seem to depict police in a very bad light. So I can be very, very afraid of even visiting America. Even though America do have a lot of fast food that I wish to go and give it a try though. That's the thing. even for me, like if people ask me, like if I given a chance to visit to some of the country, let's say for example Thailand, will I visit Thailand one day? If given the chance, or even there is a possibility of it happening, I will go to Thailand just to try out some of their food. Because the thing is, right, I have tried out some Thai food in Singapore. How authentic is it? I'm not very sure. I have tried a few food in, like few Thai food in Japan as well as in Singapore. It's just that the taste tend to be catered to the local already, so I actually like it. But on the other hand, I do like to give it like the original sauce, like the original Thai food a try, because like when in Rome, do as a Rome say. And for me is when in Rome, try out the Rome food. So yeah, for me, let's say for example, if I go to America, I'll probably try out the some of the fast food. And if I go to Thailand, I'll probably also try out the Thai food. If I go to Indonesia, Thai food. When I went to Malaysia, what do? I try out the Malaysia food. So the thing is, right, so this is how I always live my life. I always go and try out the food, other than if the food is something that is a little bit disturbing, then I might have to rethink it. My country does not tolerate nothing. Jungle of justice. I personally feel that every country has their own thing. I mean, like every country has their own F-up system. There's always something that is caused an issue all around the world. I don't think we should let it affect us negatively. I don't think we should let it like if it happened, we shouldn't like be negative about it in all seriousness. I feel that we can talk about it. This is how I always tend to live my life. I talk about a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, I'll just say it's a speculative thought, it's a random chat, and more than not, we can say like we can discuss about it, but we still have to take it with a huge pinch of salt and throw the salt at the screen at times. It's because sometimes some of the things that we say can be wrong, and the most important thing is that even if we do discuss about the issue, the most important thing that I actually don't really talk much is that we have to move on. Time wait for no one, and that often more than not people tend to talk about a lot of stuff and not realizing that they are stuck to that point. Like the number of anime hater, like the way they hate anime and they keep on thinking of way to hate on and on and on and on without even moving on. It's just weird, and I just feel like everyone should move on. I mean, like sure people can talk about stuff that people want to highlight, but it's just at this point of time I feel like it's a lot of things is just being pointless to me though. If someone robbing you, give them all your money. Yeah, I seen that rule. They say that if there is a person who is robbing you, give them the money. But the funny thing is, right, I actually told this one to one of my friend. My friend actually asked me, like, if you go to, let's say, a country and they rob you, and they ask you for all your money, what will you do? I actually say that, number one, if I go to the country and if I have no money on me and I just tell them I got no money and I give them my wallet, they take my wallet, there's no money in it, and I just say that I'm also a beggar, what would they do instead? Would they kill me on the spot? Like, often more than not, right, we have to ask ourselves, like, why do people steal? I know this is kind of like defending those robber or whatever. I'm not defending them. I'm just giving a simple deep thought. Is that sometimes people steal for reason, like there are some people who steal for the purpose or rob people for the purpose of chill. Some people rob people other people for the sake of money. Some people just say that, oh, easy money, just for, like, they don't need to do much work, they don't need to do anything much, and they can easily get money along the line. But sometimes, often more than not, have anyone ever considered, like, why would people go along the line of robbing other people? Like, is it due to chilling or is it due to need? It's really something. Sometimes it's like, when I sometimes watch a lot of crime case, I often more than not always wonder, what is the intention of the robbing? Like, let's say for example, like the Abe case, why did the Japanese person create a freaking handgun and use it to shoot a political person? The intention was just basically he hated him. That's all. So often more than not, it's like sometimes the intention seems so out of place, but when you look at the whole bigger picture, sometimes you can see that sometimes people do stuff due to a reason. There has to be a reason, at least that from how I think about it. And it's the same thing for robbing. Like, there are cases, like sometimes we see like anime depicting like robber being a bad thing, or sometimes they also showcase that a robber rob other people because they need the money along the line, or maybe they just want to have easy money along the line. So there are many reasons to it. It's just that what is the main reason, like the main intention. So it's very, very hard to know though. I mean, what celebrity are famous, right? And being famous is actually a little bad thing, because haters, and they will do something very bad, especially when they know like what kind of country you live in. No, the freaking intention was, so remember, he's famous and he has a lot of followers, and when you're famous you have haters too. You have there's no one in the world that is famous that doesn't have a haters. I do agree on that. Often more than not, right? When, like earlier, it's back to the same thing when I say, when there is, let's say anime, when there's a lot of people who like anime, there is a lot of people who hate anime. It's the same thing. So when you get famous, there will be a lot of people who like them. There is also a lot of people who hate them. It's just that it depends on how they live their life, as well as how they do their thing. And often more than not, I've seen a lot of people who do deserve a second chance, and as well as some people who don't deserve that second chance. The reason I would have to tell people is that we have to be very careful with the word we say. Even I myself give a lot of take, but often more than not, my take tend to be on the right track, but it doesn't mean that I don't have a bad take time to time. It's just that, yeah, will it happen, or will it be a time when I have to be very careful with the thing I say? It's like we have to be understanding of the thing we say. Is that sometimes when we have a hate, I mean, like, if you guys think that I don't have a hater, yes, I actually have a hater on my channel. Sometimes sometime when I post out a video, I do get 1 or 2 dislike. Like 1 or 2 dislike for the sake of adding that dislike. I don't understand why the person just leave for the sake of hating. But sometimes there are people who just love to hate. So they just can't move out of their head. It's weird, I know, but there are times when there are such people and we can't stop them. You have to be very careful on the information you give people, because they can use that against you. The funny thing is, right, when you say they use that against other people, often more than not, what I'm very afraid is people who twist that information and write it in the wrong way. I mean, like, if it's like content to contents, yeah, I can see the reason. But what I'm actually very afraid is people misusing it, and it can be a very bad thing. It's just that, will people understand on the point of like even for me, when I give my random topic or my take along the line, I often more than not, I have to be very careful with the things I say, and I have to think. Like, I have to think about the things I say, because often more than not, there are times when I may give the wrong take, or even give the wrong prediction. Like, for Niji Sanji, the VTuber agency in Japan, like, sometimes when I give a few take about the things they might do, or the weirdest thing they can do along the line, sometimes I give a very strong prediction and it come out true. But does that mean that I'm correct? No. It just basically Niji Sanji just did as what I predicted. That's all. But because of my correct prediction, I get hated by some people. And when you think about it, it's like, does it make sense just because a random guess got correct and people start hating me because I guessed correctly? It's like, to me, I just find it weird. Sometimes I just find it crazy. But can I go to the point of stopping them? No, I can't. They just want to hate, and I can't stop them. So often more than not, when I give my random talk topic or random chat topic, a lot of people who watch my video will always tend to realize that as much as I do talk about VTuber, localization, anime, games, or a lot of those topics, often more than not, that I tend to add in a few random stuff in to kind of like, not saying like it's kind of like deflecting or derailing the stuff, is that I tend to sometimes want to give myself a rest on those kind of talk, because sometimes giving a serious talk can, like, for some people they can't take it in their mind along the line. So yeah, it's really something that people need to like, one of the reasons why I talk about stuff that I like, even if I do show like like, let's say for example I talk about the right-wing anime hater, then after I talk about then like previously I talk about the Niji Sanji, then I talk about games, then I talk about Niji Sanji again, I talk about Hololive, and now I talk about AI artists. So does that mean anything? Well, it's just that sometimes I kind of like talk about, like, I can talk about Niji Sanji again, but instead I decided to talk about the success of Tokibird and Rima Everstar. And then no, previously I talked about Japan 500 melons stolen. 500 melons stolen. And for 45 minutes, I pull up a proper research where I talk about why the melon, when I do just a new article and I do some research and it lead me down a freaking lemon rabbit hole. Yeah, it just proved to show that sometimes when you take your time to do some stuff, you do a little research, it take out your mind of thinking all the random stuff that is causing me hate or getting me hated of some people along the line. It's just that sometimes, like, the reason why sometimes I do random stuff like 500 melon stolen. Why do I do this video? It's actually very simple. It's to distract me from Niji Sanji, from the game censorship, the hatred on anime along the line. It's just to distract me from those things. And at the same time, doing a little bit of research does give me a moment to think about stuff that doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it's also kind of interesting to do a little bit of research to know more stuff. And at the same time, sharing it. That's all there is to it. But again, it can be considered as being random to some people, which is the reason why this is called random chat. It's totally random. There is no fix to it. What about Beyblade voice acting? Okay, let's say for example, if you're going to plan a voice, the voice acting for Beyblade. Number one thing, what is the thing you need to plan? You have to plan the characters you have in mind. You have to have, like, before anything for a good story, what is the character that is going to happen in the story? We have to have the character. Then after that, there is a setting. What is the story? You don't need to write the whole damn 100-page story. All you need to do is just give a summarized version of what the story is going to be like. How you think the interaction between each person is like let's say for example, if you create let's say a store owner and 3 boys and 1 girl and maybe an old man along the line, maybe, I don't know. So you have to go and think about what is the relationship between the tree boy and the girl, or maybe what is the relationship on why the boys and the girls love to go to the shop. And who is the old man? Maybe the old man was a Beyblade master along the line. Like, who knows? You have to think of ways to ensure a planning of what you have in mind. You have to write things out, and when you write things out, you give yourself a bit better picture, and then you can actually think about what kind of line do you want that person to say. You have to imagine how the person will be like. You have to imagine what the person will say, and then you write it out. If you're not planning anything at all, you're just basically doing a story that is nowhere near a proper story. The reason why a lot of people tend to need to understand that it's in games or in manga or whatever, there is always the person who writes story. Like in anime, or like even if there is a original creator, sometimes the story didn't have a full script, so they have to hire another person to help come up with script for the writer, so that they can come up with like what is the best conversation, what is the best moment of fun. Like when you read the light novel, the light novel will only say this and that, but then when you watch the anime, what is the dialect that is not happening in light novel or in manga? Why is it happening in anime only? It's often more than not they hire a writer to do that kind of thing. So you have to have a moment to write what is the things that you want the writer or you want the voice character to have to interact with, and you have to create a plan. If you don't write a plan about and when you come up with a plan, you have to think how, like let's say for example the three boys. Maybe one of the boy is very cheerful, one of the boy is very shy, maybe one of the boy is very like strong-headed or hot-tempered along the line. You have to write it down. If you don't write it down, how do other people know what kind of character you are planning? You have to write everything down so that people can have an understanding. And if people feel like they want to say, hey, maybe this can change, or maybe that can change, or maybe this is a little bit too common, maybe you want to give it a little twist along the line, you have to at least write things down so that you at least know what you're going with. If you don't even understand what you're planning, then even if you say, oh, I want people to voice a Beyblade character, dude, if you don't even have the character planned out, how do you want people to voice it? It does not, you can't just start and ask me, oh, what kind of character do you want to voice? You have to have first thing you have in your mind. Like let's say for example, if you say like, oh, I want to have an old man who is the master of Beyblade, and then I want him to do this and do that along that line, or maybe he's like acting like the weird old man in the shop, but he's actually a Beyblade master, and then he's going to he's looking out for the three boys and the young girls and hoping that he will help to teach the young kids to become a Beyblade master along the line. Like if you come up with this idea, hey, at least there's something, right? You have to help with the character. Yes, you have to come up with what is the character you're planning. If you don't have a character in mind, then it's very, very hard to come up with a story. You often more than not, a lot of people tend to think that writing a story without a character setting is fine. In fact, what a lot of people did not, a lot of writers didn't really come out and say, I'm a writer, I know very well. Sometimes it is not immediately write a story. I have to think out of the bad story, I have to think out with the setting, I have to come up with the character before I start writing. If I can't have all these things, I can't just out of nowhere create a character or write the story along the line. So often more than not, you have to come up with at least something so that at least when you write the story, you have in your mind, okay, what the line will be, that what the character will say along the line. Like, you have to have everything planned out. If you don't have everything planned out, you are not working in the right direction. Which is the reason why earlier when I write in Discord for you is that you have to plan things out. You have to plan what kind of character is there, how many male character, how many female character, how many adult character, how many young kids along the line. You have to think how many of them. You get the point now? I feel like at this point of time, talking non-stop is going to hurt my throat tomorrow. So what happens if I get everyone into Beyblade server, like every people I need, like every person what happens if one is not online? If that's the case, you have to DM the person. You have to DM the person to ensure the person have a is the person online or not. Like you have to plan it beforehand. Like let's say for example, like if there is you want to have a discussion on, let's say, a Wednesday, you have to obviously plan it like on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like you have to say in advance and tell people that, hey, I'm gonna have on Wednesday a part where I want everyone to be online and talking about Beyblade along the line. Then I want you, if possible, try to be online. If they online, good. If they don't online, or if they got something on in real life, then we can't do anything about it, because sometimes in real life there is a lot of commission that some people are busy along the line. We can't do anything about that. So often more than not, you have to inform people in advance. It's not just, oh, I want everyone to be online, then I start thinking. You have to give a schedule yourself. You have to come up with a timing yourself, and then you give it to others and ask them, are you fine with this timing to this timing, where we can discuss about this kind of thing? If they say all right, then at least voila, you can one tick off your list on people knowing. If you don't say that you want to say, I want everyone to online on that day, oh, I don't see anyone online, then I'll be like, maybe I should not do anything. Then you're not planning anything properly. You have to inform people in advance about the thing you want to do, so that people will try to be online. If you don't tell people which day and what time, people will be like, I can just online whenever I want. Like, that doesn't seem to make sense, you know what I mean? So yeah, you have to plan things and inform people in advance. When that happens, that is when things will easily go. So I hope that gives you some idea on what is the thing you need to do. Yeah, they say they are waiting for you to do something. Basically, the thing that I just said is, they are expecting this from you. They are expecting you to at least plan out a schedule. They are waiting for you to plan out what is the character you have in mind, so that they can at least start preparing to talk to you. If you can't even give them the bare minimum, how do you expect them to know what you want? Oh, you don't need to create a new channel. I think you can just create like a test. Is it a test channel? Or you can just write in the journal itself. But if you want to create something like a new channel indicate like schedule, yeah, you can. At least people will be aware. Like character names is one thing. You have to at least like let people know what kind of character they are. Character, like maybe story setting, character setting, or schedule along the line. You have to at least post something. Yep, you still have to plan some things though. In the counter. Oh, there is one. But you have to come up with more than one, right? Yeah, I know you're making a character. Maybe for now, come up with at least. You don't need to like say, oh, I want the character to do this, that, blah, blah, you know, that kind of random topic. Just maybe like say how many girls, how many adult, how many male, how many children along the line, how many characters do you have in mind? After that, write up the schedule, write up what kind of character they you want to have. I think this is the bare minimum you should plan out at least though. Okay, just to verify, is there still other people around? I don't think anyone on other than Zoro on reality, but I don't see anyone after coming after that though. Oh, sorry by the way, I'm not sure about, because technically today is Saturday. Let me see. I thought Savi is streaming at this timing. Apparently not. Any Hololive member streaming as well? Dude, I thought a lot of Hololive member will be streaming tonight. Was I wrong? Was I wrong to think so? You don't know how to make me a character that is much. Yeah, just search out online how to make a character, and I think that should be at least one step for you to understand. Oh, Miko is doing her live stream. Yeah, I'm wondering why I didn't saw Miko live stream though. She's playing Subasaka. Miko playing Subasa, Captain Cook Subasa. That's not something that was in my bingo card. Miko playing the soccer game, that totally wasn't in my eyes though. In my bingo card, sorry. A baby character. Number one thing is that what gender is it? A male or a female? Adult or a young kid? And this is like creating a character, right? Okay, this is kind of like the funny thing is for me as a writer. Number one thing before you come up with the character, what is the age of the character and the gender? Don't come up with LGBTQ whatsoever if you say whatsoever, alright? If you want, go ahead, I'm not stopping you, but don't tell me, alright? Just number one, what is the character that you want? A male or a female? The age? Like let's say for example, if you say a boy. A 10 years old boy? 12 years old? 18 years old? But you have to come up with an age at least. Then after that, let's say for example, if you say like 10-year-old boy, then sure, 10-year-old boy. So 10-year-old boy, what is a 10-year-old boy be like? A very cheerful person, or maybe a very active person, or maybe a person who is fun-loving along the line. You have to come up with what is the person be like, what is the person would think like, what is the thing they will do, what is the thing they will be having. You have to come up with, and that is called personality and behavior. So after that, when you come up with like age, you come up with the gender, what is the personality of the character you want? So it's the same thing like when you draw something for out of nowhere. Sometimes you have to understand if you draw something out of nowhere, let's say for example, if drawing a character, will the character look skinny, or will the character look fat? Do the character love to have fun, or is the character shy? You have to come up with all these things. So the thing is, right, you have to at least understand what is the character that you're coming out with, and you have to write out the personality, all these things. When you write those things out, you will have a clearer picture of the story you are going with. Let's say for example, let me give you a few more hints. The character, let's say a 13-year-old boy, loves to have fun but bad at study. Always go to the game shop to play Beyblade with his friend, and always win a lot. as well as he lose a lot. And often more than not, he's very bad at study no matter how much he study. Or maybe he's very good at study along the line, who knows? Like, you have to come up with something that is simple that a young kid may think about or may behave like, and then go from there at least. You're welcome. At least you have to go from somewhere. Even though anyone is Kacha live too. Then don't tell anyone yet, including me, and just go with the character that you have in mind and go from there. The anime is going off, Sarah, and it's going to take a lot of time, and you don't even know. Doing that kind of thing, I feel like is number one is a matter of time on how you want to do about it, as well as that you just need to kind of like, I want to say like you have to plan it or something. You should still have to kind of like know what you want to do, what is the character you want to go with, and then go from there. If you're not even planning things properly, then you'll be stuck at one point and not moving on. You have to at least you have to at least show something so that at least people in Discord in your Discord server will have at least something to talk about. Like, you have to write up what is the character will be like, and if you want to have some interaction, you can just write, this is the character I have in my mind. Do you guys have any suggestion that I want to add on to the character? Like, let's say, do you think I should make the character active, short-tempered, or maybe very bad at study? Like, you have to ask around and come up with and see how the thing goes. It does not mean you have to use everyone's suggestion. It does not mean you have to use everyone's suggestion. You can take people advice, you can take people's suggestion. You just see which one do you see it fit your story, the fit that what is you having in your mind, and then go from there. If you can't even show anything, you just kill like, oh, I'm good, I'm doing it. When people are not looking at the WIP, which is basically working in progress, then people will say that they will just wait for you. The reason why other people may not interact is that they feel like you are not showing it to them yet. You have to show them some of the things you have in mind, and then at least people will, hey, at least I know I'm in the right, I'm going with the right decision on the line. You have to do something that simple. It's very, very simple. Well, I mean, like, it's anime. Since when do hair color in anime ever make sense? I mean, like, in anime, a young boy can have orange hair, or girls can have red hair. Why? I don't see any issue with anime with whatsoever hair color though. I don't think you need to worry too much on hair color for now. But I mean, like, sure, you can just write, for the, like, if you feel like, oh, this character need to be blue hair, write it down. Write down so that people have an idea that, oh, hey, the character is a blue hair boy or blue hair girl. Like, write it down, let people see, and people can understand from there. Mm-hmm. Your sister is going to be eliminating it, but it's gonna be Kacha life too. No, I don't think anyone would blame for it as long as it work. If it work, it work. If it take off, all the best to her. Yeah, I mean like at least something do come out. If something do come out, and let's say for example, if you post it on YouTube, or if you post it on Twitter and it blown out, or maybe in TikTok it blown out, hey, it is something. I mean, like, you still have to at least showcase to people there is something, right? The animation, I mean, like, people just want to have at least an idea what is the work in progress, what is the thing that is at least people want to have an idea what is still there is that what you guys are working on. You don't need to go and say that, oh, your sister is doing this or that. You don't need to say that. All you need to do is like give people what is the character you have in mind, what is the setting along the line. At least people will, oh, hey, I know. Okay, people will like have an idea, and people can envision it. People can imagine. You have to give people an idea first. Not all of them, but at least some of them. Mm-hmm. So for now, just go and plan out the thing that you have in mind. Write down things that you have in mind. It doesn't need to mean that you need to show everything. Sometimes just small little detail and you give to people to let people see. It's more than enough. Now you're welcome. Oh my god, I just realized I got a dislike on today's video. Not the one on the live stream right now. I got a dislike on my random chat. Let me show you guys. Someone disliked this video. Someone disliked this video. It just proved to show that sometimes when I say I got people who dislike my video, even when the video seems to be on the right track, I'm not sure is it someone that I know or is it someone that just don't like the way I said it. I do have people who dislike my video, okay? Just to show you guys, just to showcase to you guys that there are people who dislike my video. You're creating my character, so what do I want it to be? That's a very hard question. I always tend. How about for now, create some of the character you have in mind first. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that you already have some in your mind. At least write them down first. Those that you have in your mind, at least write them down. Then and then maybe we can discuss slowly my character along the line. Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing I'm very afraid of is having to voice a young kid, because I don't think I have a young kid voice. I feel like my voice seems to be near towards old man along the line. You have an anti-skull. Even anti-skull do have some interesting idea at times, you know. I just want you to tell me what I want the personality to be and the character cold-hearted, or if it's a grandpa kid or an adult. How about let's go for now with an adult? Maybe someone working in the store along the line? Like maybe some like not the store owner, but maybe let's say I work at the store along the line. Let's come up with maybe something simple as that for now. We can change in the future, but for now, let's come up with this something along the line. At least there is the baseline there. Do I want to be the one that does play Blade? How about the one that teaches how to play Blade? I may be a hidden master, but just going around teaching people how to play only. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1, go! Or put their hand in before you do the Beyblade. I wonder. I wonder. I might have to go and check out some of the Beyblade episode I watched when I was young though. I used to watch a lot of Beyblade, the old Beyblade, not the current new generation, but the original Beyblade anime at the time, and I feel like I want to go and rewatch some of them, and maybe from there I can come up with a idea. For now, I'm not very sure, but maybe from there I can take a I can give you some suggestion if I got new idea along the line. But imagine if I say, ready, set, 3, 2, 1, go! And I think that everyone who listen to that voice will be like, what the heck? Imagine everyone will be like, who the heck said that voice out? we have to give you. We shall see. We shall see. Hard to say, you know. All right. All right. As much as I want to talk a little bit more, I do want to kind of like set it up around 2 a.m. Currently it's 2 hours already, and I'm feeling my throat is not feeling good. I need to go and get some water to drink, but it also kind of indicates that I should stop talking. So I hope you guys can give me the I hope you guys can forgive me for ending the stream now around this timing, because I do feel that it's also a good time. Around 2 hours talking, it's a very good timing to stop as well. Although today's topic is really like all flying around the world. We need someone to be like the Beyblade burst stuff, like, you know, the song. Yeah, I do know that. Which is the reason why I mentioned old Beyblade anime. I feel like this one I really should end the stream, because 2 hours of live stream, non-stop talking, almost like non-stop talking for 2 hours, and yeah, like I mentioned, my voice is feeling. I can feel my voice is also drying out, so I need to go and drink a lot of water as well as rest. So with that being said. Guys, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you have not. I'm sure some of you already subscribed, but force of habit. But anyway, we will talk again in the next video or live stream. Tomorrow random chat topic, I might have to go and search it out tomorrow morning. But yeah, Just to showcase you guys that one of the topic that I'm planning for random chat. One of the topic that I'm planning. That's to showcase only. Yeah, I'm planning not the next random chat, maybe somewhere down the line. Something like this topic. So I'm researching on it. I'm not going to come up with like what can a seahorse do or what is a seahorse good for. When we learn too much, we need to share. That's why I'm creating a random chat. Which random chat? I do not know. But the one thing I do know, you guys better go and have a good day or night.